There is one thing I need you guys to do.
Eat my taco?
When you leveled up, well, yeah, you can do that while I recap, but also think about where you want to spend your extra individual skill point. You get one level when you level up, so you can throw that onto a specialized skill to get advantage on something or just boost something by one. For
we get
most
more
people,
of those?
Yep, every level. You get one every level.
Shit. 22, I didn't even notice.
Is there
You want to,
is there a sum, like a count total of what we've all used somewhere? Oh wait, I put it in there. I have 19.
I've used 17.
it would have to be in bonus. Do not adjust the roll number, just
No.
things in the bonus category.
How many? So I have from engineering, I have a bonus of 4. I mean, I did do a specialization. Specialization's 2, right?
No, just 1.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well then I've used 16 because I have a specialization as well.
I probably should put some of those in.
Yeah, I didn't know we were getting more of those. The limit's 5, right?
Yes. That's the cap for putting 1 into bonus.
Okay.
Although each stat is also affected by other things like your tech skill and dex skill from the talent stat, but those are scaled separately from your individual distribution of bonus points.
I got 2 more. Why do I even have the drinking skill?
Another
are we good on Twitch?
Hold over. I think I'm good.
No, I was asking if whenever spoken. Are we good on Twitch? Perception. He's usually the one who checks.
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Yeah,
you keep,
drinking skills an old holdover from D&D.
Okay.
I don't feel like I should remove it. If you put points into it, I would basically, it would just help you bypass poisons, maybe get better buffs from drinking things, but it's not really something I thought about.
So yeah, that, and I have a free +10 to drinking. I didn't put a point into it. We can't get rid of that. It's the only thing I am truly great at. Why would you even consider removing it?
You call it a drinking. The drinking skill
9,
could be called gut constitution.
13,
there we go.
15, 17.
Yeah, I've got the lead belly perk.
19.
Ingesting nefarious concoctions.
I'd suppose it would be a little bit into like it's a mix between like constitution and charisma. It's like you're able to hold your liquor, and if you're trying to bluff to someone that you're not drunk or something, or you're not feeling the effects of something,
20,
you should probably
22,
be able to use your drinking skill for that.
20.
Didn't the drinking skill come to effect when Sledge was drinking with the hunk?
Oh, it did.
Yep.
6,
See, it does stuff.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, I think I like that it is its own skill, because it's like otherwise you'd be like, for certain instances you'd be like rolling like 3 different skills, and if you didn't spec into one, you kind of SOL.
Okay, I do have a comment.
Yes.
You have already taken away said grid points.
I didn't take them away. I just said you're not getting extra grid points until you're caught up to where you actually are.
Okay, well, here's the problem. You're doing this with the grid points, but you haven't unleashed the new grid. So we're still playing on the old grid with your new set of grid points.
You're not. Right. Nothing's being removed as of currently. Everything on your grid is staying the same right now.
No, I'm not saying it is, but he's also withholding grid points because of his new grid setup.
Yeah.
But we don't work on the new grid yet, so we didn't get grid points for this level, and we're still on the old grid.
Correct.
Well, the grid points did get updated.
They couldn't have, because I'm at max, and I wasn't at max before. I had counted because I had saved some.
Hear me out. I adjusted the formula for grid point distribution. It used to be grid points times 2 plus 5. Now it's just grid points times 2.
Okay.
Well, level times 2 plus 5. Now it's just level times 2.
Which explains why I'm missing grid points. But at the same point, And it's not a problem of you doing that. It's you're initiating half of it without the other half. Because your new grid has, you know, some of it you said was cheaper, which will save us grid points. So you took my +5, essentially. That's gone. I don't have those 5, but I'm still paying for the more expensive grid. Because we're still using the old grid.
Yeah. I am trying to meet you guys halfway by not actually making you subtract grid points.
He's just mad that you're rolling out half of it instead of rolling out it all at once.
Yeah, because when you took the +5 off the formula, which is fine, that's part of what you're doing, we lost 5 grid points according to our sheet. I lost 5 grid points, which is, again, fine for what you're doing. But I'm still on the old chart, which is more expensive. So taking that +5 doesn't balance anything. It's just a negative on my current build. It doesn't give me nothing.
If you want to stick with me after this session, I can carry over some reworked grids, and we can readjust your grid points to match what I have in mind.
One, it kind of depends on how long the session takes, because I got a bunch of shit I got to do tomorrow. And 2, also, I mean, it's not really a big thing. It's just kind of a minor complaint because, like Dan said, you rolled out half of it without the other half. So we've got the consequences without the bonuses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't argue with you there, but if you want to discuss this with me on your own time, I can just give you the re-updated grid, and you can reallocate your points as you need, but that would have to be...
You stated that you're not happy with the new grid yet.
Manbear, he literally just responded to you. Yeah, what are you gonna do about it?
Pretty much.
Like, I am trying to work with you guys, but I do have plans in mind for this grid, and that requires readjusting how many grid points you get per level. It's really, that's all it is. I don't like nerfing people. I don't feel good about it.
This isn't even a full-on nerf. It's just, like I said, you gave us the minuses without the pluses. Once you get the pluses, it won't be a problem. And I don't think it would be fair for me to stay late and to get my pluses, especially when you're not actually ready for it yet, like you stated.
Yeah. So, I say we just continue.
Not like I have a choice.
Yeah. It's a few sessions without any extra grid points. You guys have been steamrolling every combat encounter so far. I think you'll survive.
See, I didn't really have an issue with it, but then
I wouldn't say the last encounter was a steamroll.
Kenny, or Manbear, I'm leaving you on your own because it's not like up until last level, I was going with like 4 extra grid points that it was unused, or like 3 months.
I was so like I was actually saving up to use something.
I can't really support you on this one because I was running. I self nerfed myself.
Yeah,
the DM can't.
I was actually saving up for a purchase that I now cannot get.
The DM can't nerf you if you nerf yourself.
That's true. So if there's no further discussion to be had about the grid, I'm ready to recap.
Excuse you, sir.
Excuse me?
You got a bunch of shit to do before the recap.
What do I have to do?
Are you recording?
Yes.
Oh, shit. 2 seconds.
You have to bring us in a podcast land. Come on.
You know, I'm so bad at that part. But yes, I do need that constant reminder.
Hence the excuse you. Mm-hmm.
Hello. Podcast land. Are we ready for this? Welcome to AED&D, where we play, homebrew D&D. Right now, I'm playing my campaign, or DMing my campaign, Powerless, where our heroes play people with, superpowers in a fantastical, superpowered world. With us right now is Kifnirgus Splurgan, playing Sledgehammer Disco, Bork, who's eating tacos, and he's playing Sparkstorm. He's collecting his breath.
Huh?
Yep. And we have Man Bear playing Frequency. And well, I kind of just been waiting for this session because we've been think we've been like playing once a month for like the past 2 sessions. This is our first time playing
once every 3 weeks.
Yeah. Now we're back on a regular schedule finally.
For now.
Next week will be Thursday, by the way.
I can do that. I don't like doing that, but I can do it.
Depends on if I end up getting that OT or not.
Well, it's Thursday or nothing, so.
Okay.
And to bring everybody into what happened last time, I always recap my sessions. And feel free to correct me or add if I miss anything or get anything wrong. Last time on Powerless, the creature known as the Sparrow had escaped Jarhead's bunker and ran outside before either Sparkstorm or Sledgehammer Disco could react. At the same time, outside, Frequency noticed a strange van with a satellite slowly cruising down the street toward his location. He used his temperature manipulation to fry the circuits of the satellite and watched as the occupants of the van stepped outside to check their equipment. They were an odd bunch. They looked like anthropomorphized lizards, wearing, spiked gear, leather jackets, punk stuff. And they were equipped with martial weapons. One had a bow staff, another had dual eskrima sticks, and the other a 3-piece split staff. While keeping an eye on them, Frequency also noticed the Sparrow, who seemed to be preparing to do something to Maurice, Sledgehammer Disco's car. Realizing he had been noticed, the Sparrow immediately folded and pleaded for mercy, explaining that he just didn't feel safe being trapped inside and ran outside on a whim. Frequency had some sympathy for the Sparrow's plight, but only enough to let him off with a warning. Frequency successfully intimidated the Sparrow into returning to the house, but shortly after had a new problem to deal with. Before Frequency could blink, a blue hulking entity whooshed right next to him. The being had transparent skin and looked almost like a humanoid amoeba. He was bald with goggles, and his proportions weren't natural. His upper body was exaggeratedly powerful in appearance, while his legs looked relatively unimpressive. The blue being politely greeted Frequency and stated that there was a very dangerous villain nearby. Frequency tried to persuade him just to leave, but the blue guy was adamant that he could sense the villain nearby, likely endangering the residents of the house they were standing outside. He disregarded Frequency and began walking towards Jarhead's front door.
No.
No?
No, the lizard people attacked me, basically.
Is that
and
what
then
we're
I
calling it?
intimidated them. Well, they came at me first, and then I intimidated them to run away. And then Supremo was like, hey, I'm going to go into the house that I was told not to go in. And so I had to go get him. And then the lizard people were like, oh, Supremo's fighting him. We'll fight him too.
I don't believe they attacked you until you threatened Supremo.
Well, I stabbed him. I didn't threaten him. I stabbed him.
Yeah, so bringing me to my next point, which I forgot you stabbed him first. He disregarded Frequency and began walking towards Jarhead's front door. Before he could do anything, Frequency held his dagger to the entity's back, stabbing him, which I forgot you did. And you attempted to then intimidate him to leave. To Frequency's surprise, the intimidation actually seemed to affect him, despite him being really big and pretty imposing. He was clearly uncomfortable with having a weapon brandished at him. And before we get back to what happened next, meanwhile, inside, Sledge and Sparkstorm ran upstairs to recapture Despero. They had good reason to assume that something dangerous would be able to track Despero if it were to escape the bunker. It was here that Sparkstorm noticed Despero panicking and causing a racket in the living room of Jarhead's house. He was haphazardly bumping into jars containing various experiments. Sparkstorm decided he would try to contain Despero while Sledge would investigate the commotion outside. Alright. And then Frequency, as he threatened the Blue Brute, caught the attention of the lizard people from the van. Believing Frequency was a villain, they tried to intercept him and stop him from hurting anyone. Unfortunately, one of them actually managed to land a strike on Frequency, thus drawing his ire. Frequency carved into him with a vengeance, fatally wounding him in a flurry of slashes. The others were alarmed. They seemed under the assumption that nobody was fighting to kill. One openly cried out that Forrest is supposed to intervene when stuff like this happens, but without their comms equipment, there was no way to send an SOS. Frequency chastised them for their naivety, stating that, well, I don't know what you actually said, but more or less the gist of it was that in battle, one's life is always in jeopardy.
No, I wasn't that eloquent about it. Pretty sure I just said something along the lines of fuck around and find out was probably more like it.
Yeah. A bit more crass.
Mm-hmm.
Frequency then used that moment to try to intimidate everyone there. The blue one genuinely seemed like he wanted to run away from Frequency to pursue the villain he mentioned earlier, even stating that the lizard trio, now duo, were up to the task. As for the lizard punks, they were genuinely frightened by Frequency, but the loss of their brother did more to strengthen the resolve than whatever intimidation did to weaken it. Now enraged, they attempted to avenge their fallen comrade. It was then that Sledge arrived at this messy altercation. Lizard people noticed Sledge and recognized him. One of them asked Sledge to help them, stating that Frequency was a rampaging villain. Sledge, for his part, did recognize when the lizard person addressed himself as Pollock and realized that the three of them were a vigilante trio. They were Warhol, Pollock, and O'Keefe, the last of which was now a bloody mess on the street. They weren't pro-heroes, rather they were freelance like him and were not necessarily on good terms with the law. They were, to his memory, just a bunch of crime-fighting punks who trained with non-lethal martial weapons. But they also weren't lizard people last he checked, and Sledge also wasn't going to turn on his new allies just because some old acquaintances he barely knew asked him to. And besides, he was pretty sure one of them hit his car.
Yeah, that was pretty badass. Who hit my fucking car?
I mean, look, you gotta have a line.
Some lines just can't be crossed.
Yeah. For nearly half a minute of bloody combat, the Blue Brute attempted to break contact with Frequency, while the remaining lizard punks desperately attempted to land a hit on the lightning-fast Frequency. The whole while, Sledge and Frequency prevented the Blue Being from breaking contact. Every time he tried to walk away, they took their opportunity attack and just bopped him. So he's probably pretty much just stuck there for a while. During the exchange, there was some rushed banter amongst the combatants. The lizard punks addressed the Blue Brute as Supremo, and it was clear that they knew him personally, meaning they didn't just arrive here by chance at the same time as him. Frequency recognized the name and recalled a hero from his time. The Supremo he remembered was an incredibly powerful being, but he didn't look like a big blue amoeba, and while this being was powerful, his might fell short of the Supremo he remembered. Meanwhile, Sparkstorm
The laser beams were a bit annoying.
Yeah, that was pretty much the only answer he had in his kit to anything you had, but...
You're not my real Supremo!
Other than that, he really wasn't doing much. Meanwhile, Sparkstorm continued to attempt to recapture Despero within the suitcase, but the little guy was in a panic, screaming that the one that was looking for him was right outside. Despero wasn't acting rationally and was in a full panic. He had shrunk down to the size of a mouse and was running along the shelves in Jarhead's house. The shelves were lined with various jars, each containing strange, unnatural organisms that Jarhead had been cultivating. In his panic, Despero knocked over numerous jars, most of which contained harmless organisms, but eventually released something a bit more dangerous. One of the experimental organisms fell out of the jar and let out a hiss, causing Despero to freeze up in fear before melting into his unconscious liquid form. Sparkstorm used a book to carefully scoop Despero back into the briefcase without touching it with his own hands.
No, I didn't say push buttons.
And upon containing Despero, Jarhead subdued his experiment with a taser. And Sparkstorm closed his suitcase, keeping Despero inside of it. At this time, Supremo's demeanor shifted suddenly. He stated that the villain he was tracking was no longer here, and that he had likely fled to somewhere else in Century City. He had also, finally, managed to break contact with Frequency. In the last few seconds of battle, he flew overhead and fired down a wide AoE laser that even Frequency had difficulty dodging. The damage even affected the ordinarily invulnerable Sledgehammer Disco. And even though Supremo was finally in an advantageous position, he seemed uninterested in continuing to fight, stating that there was no longer any reason to be here. The Lizard Punks disagreed. For them, this fight had become personal. They would rather die trying to avenge their brother O'Keefe than to run with their tails between their legs. Huh. See what I did there?
I like it.
They're lizards. In that moment, whilst his foes were bickering, Sledgehammer Disco rushed over to O'Keefe and used his train to stabilize the assumedly dead lizard punk. The remaining brothers, elated at the resuscitation of their brothers, finally agreed to cease fighting, but not without talking some shit. They were punks after all, and called Frequency an asshole psycho, and even insulted Sledge for associating with them.
They aren't wrong.
I was going to say that not a lie was spoken.
If there was, they wouldn't have tongues anymore.
But yeah.
You know, this whole time we got back, everybody's going, oh, you're a hero. Oh, you're a hero. And this whole time I've been responding, no, not a hero. And not a hero. I kill people.
That's what I do. I'm Frequency. I kill people.
Guns don't kill people. I kill people.
Well, I use a gun now too, though. So
sorry, politics. My bad.
It makes me think, "Hoo boy, another session of Powerless. Time to go kill it again." And with that, the lizard punks drove off in their van, and Supremo flew away with alarming speed. His whoosh was so fast that he almost appeared to disappear. With that, our heroes apologized to Jarhead for all the trouble and fetched Gunshow from the bunker, who was aloof for the whole situation and was munching on Slim Jims the whole time.
I didn't. After the commotion the guy did, I didn't feel like going back to see Jarhead. I'm like, I barely know him. Sledgehammer. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Holy shit, that was a hell of a recap. I think that was my first time writing a 3-page recap in a long time.
Have any of you played Age of Wonders 4?
No.
No, I think the last one I played was 2.
There's a mechanic in there where if you like kill their leader, it's a turn-based combat. You take out like their leader or leaders, and the more people you kill, like at a certain point, their morale just drops so far that like you might have like 5 enemies out of like 15 that were there, and those 5 are like, fuck this, and they're running away. So you can either like try to go total oblivion elimination, but sometimes they'll escape because like their just morale is just too low.
Oh, and I like stuff like that. But I think a lot of it comes down to loyalty. Feel like if they're just working for a paycheck or just there because they're there, like, yeah, killing the leader should do a lot to their morale. But if they personally have loyalty, might not have the same effect.
Yeah. Yeah, but also it's like, oh shit, they killed, like, if it's out of the trio, the one guy is way, like, as strong as both of the other two combined, and then you kill that guy first, and they're like, he took out Bob. I don't stand a chance. And they run away.
Yeah, that is actually the crazy part. The one that Frequency killed in like one turn was the strongest one.
Explains why he was actually able to hit me.
Yeah. Before you guys choose to do anything, Frequency, you've taken note of that battle, and while you were clearly a league ahead of those lizard people, you note that they were stronger than they had any right to be. Frequency, you recall your battles with the Cult of Cthulhu, Red Ray, and even Worgon, the Wolfman, who you've easily bested twice in combat on your own.
Yeah.
Each of them were also people who had been mutated into beast folk. All of them were hardened combatants who were trained and fought with the knowledge that battle could be a life or death ordeal.
Except for these three idiots.
Exactly. But none of them were as sturdy or as fast as these lizard punks. And yes, you had them outclassed, but not to such an extent that you didn't notice how tough they were compared to other beastmen you faced in the past.
So whoever's doing experiments is getting better at it.
Possibly. You can only form conjecture, but it clearly wasn't their training that made them so powerful. They were not experienced.
Mm-hmm.
You also remember some of the lowlives you killed while raiding a power trip distribution ring. The criminals all appeared to be standard street scum, low-level criminals, but they were also much stronger than normal people.
Didn't one of them have laser beam eyes?
No, that was a different occurrence. That was just a drug ring.
Laser beam.
And all the criminals guarding the drugs were using power trip on themselves.
Yeah.
Not beastmen in this case.
And these all revere being heroes. Well, not all of them. Some of them are bad guys. But they're all connected to Power Trip or StatX for those of you who have been with us for a while. So that leads back to Force. Because Force is clearly the ones after Despero. And so it's not Malice for this one. I think it's Force that's behind it.
Frequency.
Sorry, I was thinking out loud.
Frequency would have good reason to think that. But if you guys want to think on this, I would have you guys all roll knowledge checks.
Okay. Well, I've always been suspicious of Force anyway because of my timeline, so now I'm just more suspicious of them.
Well, anyways, you can either roll or continue role-playing and doing whatever you guys were going to do. Just know that the briefcase did say FC on it.
Roll for what?
Alluding knowledge.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even know you told me to roll knowledge.
Am I being involved with this, or is this just in his head?
Does this have anything to do with my old timeline?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means I'm specialized. That means I get advantage, right?
Yep.
I got a 19.
This at least involves Dr. Malice to some extent.
Yeah, but I always knew he worked both sides.
And you don't know how directly or whether this is officiated by Force as an organization, but you do know at the very least Malice has a hand somewhere in this.
Yeah, but he's got his hand in literally everything, so that's just kind of common knowledge.
That's all you catch from that.
I'll take it. I'm not arguing. The guy likes to play both sides.
Yeah.
No, not you, bud.
You know,
All right.
you like what you like.
Yeah.
And with that, I'll let you guys resume roleplay.
I think I'm waiting for
something.
the car at the moment.
What was that?
The last I knew, I was just waiting for the car.
All right.
Oh yeah, I head out to the street. Whistle. Maurice pulls up.
So when Sledge comes out here, I wanna speak up because when we first got here, I was told that if the guy gets out of the suitcase, the main part of his body was gonna come looking for him. And it just so happened the moment he escaped the house to come sniff Maurice, Supremo showed up. So I am guessing Supremo is actually the main body of the depressed guy in the suitcase.
Well, it sounds like it might be more complicated and weirder than that, but yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Do you know anyone we can dump the suitcase off on? Because I don't want it.
Not particularly.
Like, it sounds like if unsavory types get a hold of this briefcase, they'll get more powerful. And if we give it to any good guys, they're likely to get just
Yeah, but
by Maldroids or whatever.
if Supremo is the main body, they don't really even need this body for their power up. They've got Supremo.
But he seemed interested in getting this guy back.
Yeah. There's a connection there we're missing.
If there's nothing else, you guys are kind of getting inside the car.
Not me.
Yeah.
Sludge, you notice that there are several missed updates on your police scanner. Not necessarily calls or anything, they're just updates on occurrences happening in the city. 2 of them seem to be priorities. And kind of headers for them are riots at the Giz Mansion and riots at the Justice Banner.
Sorry, what I missed?
Riots at the Giz Mansion and riots at the Justice Manor.
I want to ask them, like, hey, do we just want to chuck this briefcase in the harbor?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
I'm tempted.
Yeah, but they got fishermen.
Oh, wait. Could be a useful distraction during the prison break.
I told you about the prison break? I don't remember telling the cop about the prison break.
You didn't tell me about the prison break.
I mean,
How do you know about the prison break?
I mean, let it slip.
Oh.
Stealth submarine, why else would you need that?
Fun? Why wouldn't you want a stealth submarine?
I may have been like getting in his car and he's like, what's going on? You look a little rough. I'm like, Frequency asked me to disguise a freaking submarine for some reason. Just like casually, just like, yeah, fucking out of the blue, he's like, he wants it by tomorrow. I'm like, I can't do that shit. So I was just venting him.
Well, you can now.
Damn, I was really hoping to roleplay something fun with that, but I guess you already know. No fair.
I mean, he knows you're planning something with a sub at the very least.
Oh no, they literally just said that Sparkstorm told him I was planning on breaking into a prison. I was like, I was thinking like it could be something where you get like a proper police call. This is completely meta, by the way, but you get like a proper police call to investigate the people who broke into the prison, And you show up, and I'm just sitting there on my couch, and you're like, "Nope, I'm out."
I actually don't know for sure whether I said anything. I might have just kept it all secret. I just thought it'd be funny to say that.
I'm assuming I don't know about it.
All right. Oh, either way.
I know about the submarine.
Yeah. So, but the comment of throwing the suitcase in the harbor, as much as that sounds great fun, that is unlikely to work because they have fishermen. They've got the holy diver.
Okay. I'm sick of this guy. And I hand it off to you. Be like, here, you take this.
Why me?
Because I wanted to get rid of it, but you're like, hey, that's not a good enough idea. And I'm...
Oh, look. Sounds like we're heading to the Giz Mansion anyway. We could see if,
Oh, I'll send it to the alternate reality.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Let's do that.
Let's simmer down on that plan. Just dial it back a little bit.
Why?
Wait, okay.
We don't need to cause an interplanar incident.
Yeah, but we're on good terms with the god of that entire dimension. I mean, come on. We saved her life. Like 3 times.
Fair.
Again, I said it before. I don't think she sees it that way. And also, she's unconscious right now.
There is the whole fact that, like, this guy has been the source of that superhero manipulation.
Drug.
Yeah, sure. The superhero drug. I was thinking of mutation, a superhero mutation drug.
Mm-hmm.
Right here. So whether they have a new source, like they just took a sample off this guy, and or he's part of the broken off of the source. Like he might not be the actual source, but there's something there.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that, but I still think sending them to Duat would be a good idea because it's not like the guys over there could actually use his weird drug body.
I don't know. You said he sounded interested in my car.
Yeah, he wanted to eat your car.
Well, he didn't want to eat any other metal object. I think he wanted something to do with the little feller under the hood.
There's a feller under your hood?
I'm assuming the car is sitting there by now. And Maurice would be very
like,
offended.
Hey, Maurice, say hi.
Maurice is like, burp, 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 burp.
Yeah, Maurice, say hi. I pop the hood.
Okay. Well, I'm still not getting in that thing.
What? Why are you weirded? Why are you weirded out? You know where we got these.
Yeah, I'm assuming it was interested in that guy there.
Huh.
So who knows what he would do if you sent him to a world where they're from?
Shit.
Man has a point.
Yeah.
We can't let him get in the hands of any villains because they would just become more powerful. And if we send him to someone on the other side, like, if they're not strong enough, they're just going to get overwhelmed and taken out by all the villains who are after this thing.
When Sledge says the other side, I look at him and I go, who do you think we just fought?
At this point, I don't know.
That was Force and your vigilante buddies.
Like, how am I supposed to know everyone who's on the Force roster?
Yeah, he's been locked up in that digital world for the last month, 2 weeks.
All I know is he was some big blue fucker who melted my car.
Yeah, he's Force. He's like a top lieutenant of Force, like one of their big wig motherfuckers. Though he punches like a little bitch.
Well,
say that to those lasers.
No, the lasers suck. And I said he punches like a little bitch.
And Donnie, when you say like there was only one attack that damaged me, no. I was getting my shit rocked that entire fight.
I glossed over a few of his AoEs.
Oh my god.
But also, Meta, to your knowledge, Supremo has never really openly identified as a member of Force. In your timeline, or even this one, the Lizards only mentioned that Force is supposed to intervene when things like this happen.
Yeah, I think he was interested not as a member of Force, but as Despero's, like, cousin or whatever. I'm not sure how it works with amoeba creatures.
But that's an observation that you've noted. It's not an open allegiance to Force.
So do you think Gadget Man's at the mansion? Because I know Gizmo Girl is elsewhere.
Yeah, Gadget Man's probably at the Giz Mansion, and Blind Justice is probably at the Justice Hall. And honestly, the Justice Hall is probably going to be filled with a whole bunch of vigilantes claiming they're heroes. I don't know what would be going on over at the Giz Mansion, to be honest.
But do you think Gadget Man can keep this guy under control?
And
more importantly, do you think we can trust him?
Well, trust, no. Keep him under control, yes.
do you want to interject that update that you had on the police scanner? It was about an hour-old post that you ignored, saying that there was a riot at the Giz Mansion. There was a video file attached to it.
Oh, click the video.
Yeah.
Right? You see a cameraman kind of, trying to do the newsfeed thing. Here at the Giz Mansion, riots are outside, tensions are rising. People are wondering, why isn't Gadget Man doing anything to stop Colonel Carnage in Brightsville? Where is Gizmo Girl? And the camera kind of pans, and you see people outside the fences of, the Giz Mansion. You see some people kind of trying to hop over it, and the camera gets knocked out of the person's hands by a rioting member of the mob, and the feed ends there.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
we can't go to him for help right now.
Yeah. Isn't he like the mob's boss, though?
He used to be, but nobody really knows that except you guys.
Yeah, I know. Well, is there a video for the other one?
Let me check.
Yeah. And this one's a bit more recent, about half an hour ago. Riot outside General Justice's mansion, which is actually, funnily enough, just down the street from where Sparstorm lives, in the suburbs. And you see crowds kind of outside the mansion, demanding that Force do more to stop Fang and the terrorists in Brightsville. And the mobs aren't quite as rabid as the ones outside the Giz Mansion, but they are angry, and they are throwing things like vegetables, bottles and stuff. And you see, stumbling outside the Giz Mansion, the door opens and a figure steps out, shielding herself from the light of, all the spotlights and stuff. And you see it's Angelica Justice with a sling around her arm.
Told you she was alive. I shout when she pops out.
And
I take a side.
She steps out, and the mob actually grows rampant. Like, can't exactly hear what everything that's being said, but some of them are saying, "You must have powers. You must be able to do something." you know, and somebody throws a tomato at her. It hits her in the head, and you see emerging from inside the mansion General Justice himself, and he kind of blocks any further projectiles being launched at her, and he glares at the mob. And you see everybody kind of recoil a little bit. And the feed ends there as he kind of ushers Angelica back into the house and closes the door.
Who did?
General Justice.
Oh, okay.
So that's that.
I'd like to go visit there, but not probably a good place to put this thing.
Well, I'm thinking we split up. I gotta go rub it in Gadget Man's face that he didn't actually kill her, because I knew he couldn't. And you're gonna want to check in on both your family and her, seeing as how it's like right by your house.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're going to see Gadget Man anyway, take this. I hand you the
already. Yeah, fine. I'll take the damn slime guy.
Who else do we give it to? We can't babysit this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Also, on the recap, it clicked. I loved on how, like, your entire point of being outside was to keep an eye out for his actual body. And Donnie's way of getting around that was just sending some turtles after you. And then all of a sudden the...
Lizards, totally different.
Sorry, some lizards after you. Sending some lizards after you to distract you, and then all of a sudden the big guy just pops up behind you.
Yeah, he just kind of appeared.
Frequency did succeed. He drove the Sparrow back inside the house. Wouldn't have happened if he weren't out there.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying, like, his whole point of being outside and not in the bunker with us was to keep an eye out for the big strong man. And then the big strong man randomly pops up at the exact moment he's distracted with the lizards.
Yeah.
A little.
He just ODST just like dropped in from orbit.
Yeah. And a side note, I'm not sure if I have a spicy pillow or not. Which I really hope I don't.
Shell's starting to separate. You got a spicy pillow.
I don't, but like, I think I feel a bump that I don't remember being there, and it's really warm when I'm charging it. And I don't like that because I can't even boot this up right now.
That's not good. That's not good. You have a bucket of sand nearby?
No, but I have it charging.
You should have a bucket of sand.
I mean, don't those things have to get really big before they explode?
They're a lot better now than they used to be, but, you know.
How about, like, 2017?
Oh, you should get a bucket of sand.
Yeah, that might be smart.
I've been meaning to replace this battery for a while. Because my base, the keyboard has a battery in it, and most of the time when I've been running this, like, it's because that has charge, but, like, this hasn't had charge. Like, it hasn't been able to hold a charge for a while. Time to replace.
Yeah, how's your insurance?
I think pretty good. Haven't really had to test it. Well, this is dead. Fortunate. It had a good run. Anywho.
All right, so it sounds like we're going to your place, followed by the Justice Mansion. Frequency is going to another dimension to...
No, just going to the Giz Mansion. I'm not going to the actual dimension.
Okay.
Man. So, yeah, okay. I hop in the car.
I'm also going to make fun of Gizmo Man because he said he killed her, and I was like, no, you didn't. And he was like, I totally did. So I'm totally going to make fun of him.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
I would put it no other way.
All right. Tell us where you guys are going and who's going where first.
I'm going to his mansion with the briefcase full of the goo guy, or slime guy, or whatever the fuck he is. Aliens guy.
I don't think anybody really told you his whole deal. So yeah, as far as you know, he's just some weird slime guy.
Wait. Well, like, what part of his ordeal? The fact that he's from an alien world?
He's an alien from another
what he
planet.
is.
Didn't I give him a little bit of a synopsis of that when I told him about that he's the source of the power trip?
Oh,
a little bit.
I gave him like, I'm talking like we crunched. Well, actually, like 3 hours of talking to this guy is actually like 10 minutes of real conversation, but I still crunched that down to like 3 minutes.
Yeah, you gave him a quick synopsis. You know, he's like an alien. And some other stuff. You've heard some weird words thrown around, like Exceliga. You know a little bit about his relationship with his other portions. And StatX, or Power Trip, as I will want to call it now. So you kind of get the gist of it, Frequency, despite not being there for all the, reveals.
The narcotic formerly known as StatX.
Yes.
Yes. Love it.
So, I'm going to zoom out to Century City. Actually thinking Frequency is faster than Maurice, and probably not impeded by road laws, so he's probably going to get to the Giz Mansion before you guys get to Sparkstorm's residence. So we'll start with Frequency.
Well, there's an issue.
Yes. What is it?
Are we supposed to be on this map?
Thank you.
I'm just thinking of the viewers. Even though I forgot to switch them off of DM cam, but we were just role-playing.
Yeah, I often forget where things are pointed and what you guys actually see. So, Frequency. You get here, and the image actually kind of lives up to, what I posted. You see a bunch of people outside the fences and gates. You see lights from various angles pointed at the Giz Mansion. People rioting. It's been the worst kept secret in Century City that this mansion is where Gadget Man calls home.
Mm-hmm.
And now people are rioting outside, clamoring for him to show up and do something about Colonel Carnage.
I used the secret back waterfall entrance that he showed us the last time we came.
And before you do that, you get there and you see the gates have actually been ran down by the time you get there. That video feed you saw was a little bit older.
Mm-hmm.
And you see people are like kind of like bringing sledgehammers up to the doors. People are trying to like break in and enter because they're desperate, confused. They don't know why they haven't heard shit from either Gadget Man or Gizmo Girl. And that's what you see before you do that. Police are overwhelmed. There's like maybe 3 officers outside the mob, outside the fences.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, I'm going for the secret entrance.
All right. You go through the waterfall entrance. You go straight to the hidden chamber inside.
Yep.
And everything's dark, but you're used to that. First time you were there was no power, but you know where to go.
Mm-hmm.
You get to the inner chamber, and you see Gadget Man kind of standing in front of a computer monitor. His armor's off. It kind of just looks like he's focusing, typing, and analyzing information, trying to, as he stated last time we met, reassemble Gizmo Girl's information.
Yep.
And he says,
the first thing I do while he's super focused is I'm gonna sneak speed.
Okay.
Give me a second. Gotta look at my stuff. Do. Sneak speed +2 to sneak bonus, and my sneak bonus is currently 12. So that makes it 14. R D20 plus 15. Bam. For a 27.
He doesn't notice you. He's
Okay,
still
I'm gonna show up right behind him. I'm gonna take my hand, clap him on the shoulder with my head right next to his head, and go, "What's that?" Right in his fucking ear.
He stops typing. He kind of just like holds completely still. He says, "You know, I could have locked the secret door."
Yeah, but you'd miss me.
Not the word I'd use.
Anyway, I go, hey, you know, you got a bunch of people out there trying to kill you, right?
Yes, but I can't break contact. If I lose a stream, all my progress will be lost.
Cool. So what happens when they, get into your house? You gonna kill them all or what?
They won't. I left it open as a formality to you. Once the Gizmansion burns down, I'll lock down the gates. Who will be the wiser?
I mean, honestly, it's not a horrible plan. I didn't really count on you for support anyway. And then I hold up the briefcase and I go, hey, there's a alien in this briefcase. We need him locked up.
Gizmo Girl didn't account for this. An alien. He actually seems really taken aback by this, breaking character a little bit.
I go, hey, Gizmo Girl didn't account for me either, and you saw how that turned out. So, alien, briefcase. If I remember correctly, you have a, chamber that you lock Cat Scratch in. Can I lock this dude in there?
Not with her. I have other chambers. He says
No.
casually.
Is she still in her chamber?
You kind of hear like a weird and kind of like tortured from within the main chamber.
Oh shit! Couldn't you have fixed her by now with all your moderator powers being restored, you asshole?
I am working on something that takes priority.
You could have fixed her before Gizmo Girl broke. What the hell, man?
Trust me, I have not forgotten her. I will restore her functions. Once Gizmo Girl is returned.
Trying to remember if I had that much of a connection to Cat Scratch, and I don't think I did, so I just kind of shrug it off. I go, whatever. Do you, boo-boo. Where's the other container so I can lock this guy up?
He kind of just gestures with his chin, and you kind of see a light flash down from the inner chamber towards an empty pod.
Cool. So, how do I change the password on said containers so that you can't get into it?
You want me to help you lock me out of one of my own containers?
Yes.
And why would I do that?
Because you owe me?
Roll persuasion.
Okay. I mean, he does technically owe me. I did, save his life.
He really probably has no reason to see it that way. You completely foiled his master's plans, and he let you go because there was no further incentive to stop you.
But I did also save his life.
Yes.
Persuasion plus 8. 13.
You can leave that container here, but I will not restrict my access to it.
Cool. I go to the container thingy. I'm assuming he goes back to paying attention to his thing. And I type on the gridometer, and I'm like, hey, Arcstorm, hack this thing for me. And I plug my gridometer into the container. I'm assuming they're still driving, because I'm a shit ton faster than they are.
Sparkstorm, you just got, a blip as you're being driven towards your house. It's an update from frequency.
I just let off a big sigh and I just start typing away.
All right. Roll the relevant skill. I believe hacking is a skill.
Throw all that stuff in the garbage for me, bud. and then you can get up on the bed.
I owed a natural 20.
Nice.
I'm saying I sigh and then I get saying to Sledgehammer, I'm like, this fucking guy, like, just out of nowhere once again. Hey, hack this. On a moment's notice. Hey, I need you to disguise a submarine. Hey, hack this.
I'm not that good at techie stuff.
No, hey, how's it going?
Nope. Nope.
Hey,
we're just talking shit in the car about you this whole time. And
so fucking guy.
So basically, I'm just frustrated, and then I realized that like all you said was "Hey, hack this," and it like I start like figuring like going through the process, and then I'm looking at it, and then I like after a couple clicks, I realize I'm like, oh, he's hacking something in the Giz Mansion. Wait, this is pretty low security. Really? Gizmo Man or Gadget Man made this? So not only do I want to hack into it, I want to like completely rewrite it. If I however much you're willing to give me here,
what are you going for?
Here's how your security should be done.
Yeah, basically, like I'm not only hacking into it so that Frequency can, I'm assuming, get into it and like make his own password that like Gizmo-man, but like I want to make the security even better while I'm doing this.
Yeah, you can see that the hardware is top of the line. The software has not been updated for what looks like 40 years.
Yeah.
As insane as that sounds.
And I gave it a much needed facelift. So if he's used to his software, if he tries to hack into this to override what Frequency's doing or wants done, then he's probably not gonna get in. At least it's gonna take him a long time.
I'll give it to you. Fucking not just a nat 20, but your modifier is also a big plus. You were just so adept at this that you managed to do that without Gadget Man even being alerted to these adjustments.
To the audience, it's the equivalent of like hacking into a bank safe with a phone.
Yeah.
And then upgrading it from like Windows 3.1 to Windows 11.
Yes.
It's about that insane. Casually. While being driven somewhere. A little tired from everything you've gone through in the day.
I mean, and the day's only half over.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I mean, you probably just had this OS in your back pocket, you know?
I already had a copy of it on my gridometer, just in case I had to, reflash the firmware. Just like, okay, hey, we'll just. Yeah.
Yeah, you just had an OS for a rainy day. Just like, oh, hey, this would be perfect for that. And boom.
All right. And with that Frequency, you kind of see the chamber kind of close around the object that you put inside the suitcase. Gadget Man hasn't said anything. He's very focused on restoring Gizmo Girl's data.
I text or gridometer message Sparkstorm. I go, thanks, knew I could count on you. And then kind of, no, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to leave. I'll leave Gadget Man to his shit. I'm not going to fuck with him any more than I did.
I'll reply as he's walking out of the house. He'll get a text back that's a smiley face emoji followed up by a middle finger emoji. and that followed up by hi to you too. Granted, we did just see each other like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Oh, I actually forgot what I was going to do. So Sparkstorm, you're in the car with sledge on your way to your residence.
Yes.
Right. Do you go to your place first, or do you stop by the Justice Manor?
Sledge. Do we have any reason to go to Justice Manor? Oh, oh no, that's my reason. That I was thinking.
Yeah, you were going to, but like your place is near there, so I want to make sure that your folks are okay, that your house is okay.
Yeah, I'd say we'd cruise down the street where my house is, and if I mean, we're probably fine parking it from my house if we can get there.
For sure.
Yeah, actually, you don't see any like dangerous crowds or anything blocking the streets. Traffic does seem there seems to be a lot of cars parked just in the street, but you're able to get around it without too much trouble, as long as you're not going straight through the street where the Justice Banner is.
I mean, I trust my driver, but I'm able to walk to just this manor, right? I thought it was like pretty close.
Yeah. It's like maybe like a 10-minute walk. It's like as far away from my house as the pig is.
All right, flip a coin.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll
Well,
a D100.
No, I was flipping a coin.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll go into my house just to check on my parents real quick. But it's if they're fine, I'm gonna be in and out. Be like, hey, I can come back.
You see that they're watching the news. They're embracing each other and they look a bit concerned. And they notice you and they seem a bit relieved to see you okay.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Son. Your dad proclaims. Did you just dash out?
I mean, if they're addressing me, like, I'll small talk for 10 minutes.
Right.
Hey, bet you're all right. Gonna go check out a riot.
Netta, you do know that your father is newly employed at Force. He is a low-tier agent. You don't really know what he does there. But he's saying...
Yay! Sorry, continue.
He says, have you seen the news recently, son? Might be best to just stay inside.
Seen it or been part of it?
Are you asking that?
Yeah.
What do you mean been part of it?
I don't know. Have I popped up on the news? No, I have not seen the news lately.
You haven't been in it, thankfully. Would you have been?
No, I've just seen a lot of stuff on the street. I don't know. You drive by this place is like, I don't know what happened in like the 2 weeks I was gone, but this place is just like, there's stuff going on all over the place.
It's only been a few days since Colonel Carnage showed up in Brightsville, but people being more restless very quickly. I don't think it's safe to be out there, Sparkstorm. I mean, Chadwick. That was my slip. He addresses you as Chadwick.
Oh yeah, I suppose I would have changed on the way back. We'll say I did before I walked in the house.
To be fair, I really thought Gadget Man would have stopped him by now. I think everybody did.
Yeah, no. Didn't he have issues recently or something? I don't know.
Yeah, he's been doing something this whole time, but villains haven't been this bad. Not until now. God, Work's calling me. You hear his phone lighting up. He gets like a message on his phone. So many notifications from Force 2. The villains really have been getting bold in this past week. I don't have long. I'll have to leave for work soon.
I think I should be telling you to be safe, Dad.
Thanks, son. And he kind of grabs his keys and he hugs you on his way to his car.
I just think in my head, well, he'll get to say hi to what's Sledgehammer's not superhero name?
Maurice. Oh, Sledgehammer Disco is Bruce McLean.
He'll get to meet Bruce. And I walk in, like it sounds like my dad got up. I'll walk in, give my mom a hug, and be like, "I'm okay. I do want to go check on one of my friends, make sure they're okay. So I'm gonna head on out. I'll be back before this. I'll be back tonight."
All right, to be safe, son. And she kind of just looks back at the screen, kind of entranced by the barrage of news.
I consider that a clean getaway, so I'm gonna head on out.
Yeah, they're not there to blame. I'm not there for them to blame this time.
Sledge, did you do your magical transformation into a cop routine?
Did you get out of the car?
Probably be for the best. I didn't get out of the car.
All right. You're not driving a police vehicle, and you're not standing outside, so you kind of just see Sparkster's father storm outside and get inside his car and book it. Seems like he's a bit of a hurry. And
Well,
Sparkstorm.
Not being privy to the conversation, I have no context, so I'm assuming he forgot something somewhere.
I walk out like 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
I hop in the car. I'm like, oh yeah, may have forgotten to mention. My dad works for Force. Relatively new job. So, yeah.
I'm sure that's complicated.
I'm sure that's not intentional as well.
Well, that's why, in my civilian clothes. They don't know about my other side. And then I suggest, I'm like, well, the Justice Manor's up there. It's a walkable distance. A couple-minute walk. If anything, we can just drive a little bit, and if we start seeing people, we can pull over, or we can walk from here. I suggest to you.
You're going to want to cover your eyes. And I just tap my sledgehammer on the road outside the window. Magical transformation, bright light. Now I'm a cop.
I did.
There's a bright flash every time. It's just nice to warn people. Oh, sorry, gun show. I should have let you know.
Isn't Bob still in the car?
Still with you guys?
Yeah, we didn't drop him off.
Gun show's just half asleep. Just like, what the fuck? Were you naked for like half a second?
Why do you think there's that bright flash? You're not supposed to see that.
Dude. You're a magic girl.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying this whole time. It's like a Sailor Moon magical girl transformation. Like, yeah.
Oh my god. You're a fucking magic girl. Oh shit.
I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way.
It's great.
That's just how it works. How do you guys change?
Well,
I don't
Guncho
think I
puts
ever
on
do.
his mustache.
Just a mustache. Yeah, that's...
So yeah, we gonna walk from here, or we gonna drive a little closer and then walk?
We can drive a little closer.
Okay, as you're getting closer, you do see that the crowds are starting to get a bit more thick. Nobody's in full riot, and you see police trying to keep some semblance of control.
Oh, Gunshot, you're gonna want to get that mustache on.
Yeah, and Gunshot puts on his mustache and his little glasses and his big nose. That Shadili he puts on. He's like, Big Iron is here.
Oh. Forgot about that.
Big Iron is ready.
All right.
Okay.
So, how do you guys approach this?
I don't know. I'm just here as backup in case anything goes sideways. Like, yeah, he's like a super genius kid with electrical powers, but he is a kid walking into a riot.
I kind of look at you. I'm like, we gotta get through this crowd. One, I'll be full honest with you. Not even sure if I'll be able to get in that place. I'm hoping I am. I've been in there multiple times before, but it's not really going to help if we don't get to the gate.
For sure.
I also checked to make sure I have the bracelet in my pocket.
You still have it. You haven't lost it.
All right. Well, just
Hey, Big Iron, you got that barricade?
I never leave home without it. Well, technically, I can bring it wherever I want, whenever I want.
Think you could, clear a path for us to the gate?
like a barricade is a cow pusher.
Yeah.
I think it's going to freak some people out when they see this thing pop up out of nowhere, but I think that might be helpful, actually.
I mean, look, they see you with a cop, like, obviously we're on the up and up, right?
Hey, yeah, as long as you're cool with it. Just let you know, might freak some folk out.
Yeah, just don't hit anyone too hard. We're just pushing them.
Exactly. Besides, it's a bit of a riot. Who's going to know what the fuck happened tomorrow?
Fair.
I hide behind Sledgehammer. Or Bruce.
Yep.
All right.
And
so
then
you get out.
I guess. Yeah, Bob can stay in the car. He's still feeling kind of shitty.
Yeah, Bob's just kind of mute this whole time, just watching everything happen around him.
He's like a foreign exchange student doing like a people's study type thing. He's
probably the only person here that can speak Maurice.
True.
Yeah. He's probably talked more with Maurice than any of you guys this entire time here in Century City.
He's like the C-3PO of us.
Yeah,
exactly.
Only he knows how foul-mouthed Maurice actually is.
Oh, I'm sure R2-D2 was super foul.
Yeah, they had to bleep everything he said.
1 second, my dog's going down.
All right. Ooh. Ooh, boy. Oh my god, I can't believe you said that, Maurice. You need to just stop.
Pretty sure you can't say that anymore, Maurice.
I'm pretty much just waiting for okay, Borg's back.
You guys laugh, but I'm pretty sure in one of the movies that like C-3PO turns to R2-D2 and says like, "No, don't say that," or something like that of that nature.
I'm pretty sure it's canon that R2-D2 is a potty mouth.
Like I'm pretty certain that R2-D2 or that C-3PO like told him, "Hey, I'm not translating that shit. That's too much." Somewhere like that. But yeah, I hide behind Bruce, who's behind Sledgehammer, Big Iron.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just gonna start shimmying our way through the crowd.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Big Iron kind of tries to brush people aside and with advantage, he rolls a 26. He's accompanying a cop, and he's big as shit, and he's got his barricade out. Kind of just surprising and brushing people aside. Make way, make way. Important law enforcement business over here. And pro-hero stuff and all that. Big Iron, folks. Big Iron's the name. He shouts, his cameras are shoved in his face.
We gotta get us some business cards.
Being a hero is the game! And he flexes at the cameras.
I'm walking I facepalm as I'm walking behind. Slightly covering my face, but yeah.
He effortlessly kind of makes an opening for you guys. The crowds disperse.
I imagine it's more like the wave where like as we're pushing through, it separates and then just closes right back behind us.
Yeah, and you see some of the sparse officers there kind of like look at you with mouths agape as they recognize Sledgehammer Disco.
Bruce.
One of them kind of like
you mean Bruce McLean.
Bruce McLean. One of them kind of brushes some sweat away, relieved that somebody with some gravitas has arrived to disperse the crowds. And you see, like, all the rioting, all the bickering, the blah, 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 all that kind of dies down a bit. The crowds disperse, and you get access to the front gate. Sparkstern, you've been at the front gate before. You recall, there's an intercom, you press a button to speak.
Intercom, schmintercom, there's a freaking riot out here. I'm assuming that they have their own, like, guards outside. Well, the guards aren't going to be just chilling on the inside if there's a riot. Who's going to stop the riot from climbing over the fence?
Fair enough. And instead of using the intercom, you wait just half a second upon arriving at the gate. You see that, yes, there are personnel on the inner side of the fences. One of them opens up the gate and ushers you in.
Those two are with me. I don't know how far.
Oh, we're gonna wait out here.
I didn't know which side of the fence you wanted to be on.
I figure I could be helpful out here.
Okay. I just said, I'll be back, but I'm going to rejoin with them. I tell the security guards.
The only reason they would recognize you is if one of them has interacted with you before. You recall interacting with one called Jeeves.
Well, you're the one who told me that they just let me in, so...
They're more so going to let Sledge in.
Oh.
You just have to be there with them.
Well, you have my pager number. So, yeah, let me know when you're done in there.
Yeah, okay, in that instance, then I'd be like... I'm assuming they're going to ask me who I am, then. I'll let them start the conversation.
Wait. And, like, you're surrounded by 3 guards. State your name. And why did that officer just let you in?
Chadwick.
We didn't... Hold on. Why did that officer let you... They're the ones that opened the gate. I didn't do anything. Don't blame me.
You kind of escorted him. You escorted him by all appearances.
My name's Chadwick. I'm here to see Angelica, my friend that I visited, like... at least this many times.
They kind of look at each other, and 2 of them look at one of them. The other guy just goes like, yeah, she's been asking about him. All right. I say we let him in. And kind of ushers you forward.
I follow. Or, yeah, I'm assuming I'm not leading if it's on, like, lockdown.
Yeah, you follow. It is on lockdown. He brings you to the front door. And, you see, kind of General Justice with his, back turned from you. He's, engaged with paparazzi and stuff. And he seems very busy trying to maintain appearances. He's not wearing his, force uniform. He's in kind of like, it's like weirdly formal, casual attire. He never dresses casually. But he's not in force uniform, and he's
business
engaging
casual.
With Yes, he's business casual, engaging with cameramen and stuff, and he hasn't noticed you.
All right, I'll walk in the house.
Okay.
I'm acting like I've been here before because I have been here before multiple times. It's not like if he's busy, I'm not going to interrupt him. Like, not like I have to ask his permission into his house. At least not in the past. I haven't had to.
Okay. One of the guards escorting you says, "A friend of your daughter's is concerned about her. He's showing up." And General Justice kind of like eyes you up. He actually stops talking to the cameraman, and he just looks at you.
What's his
What's
his first name?
Jonathan Justice. Well, Jonathan.
What did he knowledge? Like, I would know because like, what has he told me to call him? John. John?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Mr. Justice.
Sure.
Preferably Mr. Justice.
Oh, hi, Mr. Justice. It's been a minute.
Oh, Chadwick. Yeah, it has. I assume you're here for Angelica.
Yeah, I haven't been able to visit in a couple weeks or whatever, and was out of town. You know how it is. Family trip and all that. Parents want to get closer and stuff. I won't bore you. You look like you're busy. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I was going to go say hi. Let her know I'm back.
He kind of nods and kind of hand waves you. Keep in mind she's still recovering.
I quizzically look at him and I'm like, okay. I will do that.
And he gets back to answering questions to reporters.
Just walk in. Short and sweet, like all our conversations.
Exactly. You see kind of Angelica, she's in her room watching the news. She's trying to catch up on current events, it seems. But, well, actually, you probably knocked first. I'm gonna open this up to you.
Yeah,
How do you
I'll
start
knock.
this? Alright, she gets the door. And she stops and stares at you. Chadwick. Oh my God, you're still alive. She hugs you.
I join it. I return the embrace. I go, hey, yeah, last time I was here, this place was a ghost town. And I think a wing was blown off. Isn't that what happened?
Was blown off?
Wasn't there like an explosion?
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure that I showed up because there was an explosion on like the side of the house that was her room. Like, yeah, last time I was here, it was a ghost town besides the guards.
Oh, yeah, that. And she kind of whispers, "My dad still doesn't know what that was about."
I walk in the room and close the door. I'm like, oh, please explain.
Well, I have powers kind of like my dad's, I think. Still not exactly sure how his work, but I know I'm tough. I needed to find out what was happening with that group that he was commanding, Force Team 1. So I staged something. I blew a grenade in my room. Made it look like I was abducted. Of course, I survived the grenade. Barely felt it. I walked outside the wall that was destroyed and kind of burned my way into their team. It's a whole thing. It's a bit long story. I was planning this for a long time. It's not normally that easy to do, but
just being, you know, a high schooler kid that has a crush. Like, so where did it get you? And I poke her in the stomach right there, or like on the side, like right there.
She Looks like she's trying to frown and be serious, but she kind of breaks and chuckles a bit. It doesn't hurt at all. In fact, I'm fully recovered. My father doesn't know exactly what I'm capable of. Not yet, but he knows I'm not a normal person. Now he does, at least. And he knows I try to get into Force Team 1.
Does Chadwick know about Force Team 1? I know Sparkstorm does. But, like, would Chadwick have known from a different source?
You and Angelica were in contact during the entire ArenaCon event. You guys were pretty open about information and your identities. Right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm just... Because she was also... Yeah, she was, like, brainwashed a little bit.
You thought she might have been. Nothing really truly indicated that.
And I did ask her about the blow up. Okay. The explosion. Oh, yeah, I was thinking different route. So, I mean, that sounds awesome. What have you done on Force Team 1? Or what has it been what you wanted?
No, not at all. I helped an evil scientist smuggle a bunch of dualium outside of cyberspace and got my ass kicked by some weird fucking metal man.
That Gadget Man?
Yeah, that one.
Oh no, I was asking Metawise. That's Gadget Man?
Yeah, right? She doesn't know that he was Gadget Man. But yes, meta-wise,
Okay.
You can put 2 and 2 together and surmise that.
Oh. I mean, that's... Dualium? Where'd you smuggle Dualium out of? Or, like, who wanted the Dualium?
She kind of, like, sits down in her bed. It's, like, this big, pretty princess fucking, like, big bed. And it's really plush and comfortable looking. And she kind of just pats it and says, "You're going to want to sit down for this."
I'll never say no to that.
And she kind of breaks it down. That Force Team 1 had, the Honk, some invisible person, Killjoy, Alloy Man, Sparky, her dog, who you haven't seen yet. And she explains, they were there participating in some sort of weird tournament, and that the whole time, half the team was infiltrating the Emperor's palace, trying to get all of his valuable ore, the dualium. And right after the final event of ArenaCon, they kind of booked it. They left. They weren't there to win. They were there to distract the Emperor, pretend to be competitors. And as they were leaving, a surprisingly powerful moderator tailed them and nearly wiped them all out. Surprisingly, none of them actually died. So, medically speaking, the Radical Hunk did lose enough blood to be medically dead for a short while. One of them is technically always dead, Brown Recluse. Sparky and her were inside of Gadget Man's special technique, this giant black hole thing. She doesn't know what it's called.
I've seen it.
And Killjoy, she doesn't know what's going on with him, but technically everybody did die. They're just better now.
Yeah, don't get me started on Killjoy.
Alloy Man was completely dismantled by Gadget Man, but a new one was built by Dr. Malice.
this part of the conversation, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's right," and I get a little like flustered or whatever, and choking at saliva. Apparently, I'm like, "That's right. I was planning on meeting you the last day of the contest, but you guys left." And then I rummage around my pocket, and I go, "Here, I got this for you," and I give her the bracelet. What's it actually called? It's somewhere. Oh, it's just metal bracelet.
Yeah, it is B115. Okay.
And you'll have to like correct me. Like in terms of like the roleplay wise of it, and like I show her mine, and I'm like, here. I remember during our conversation. After she told me, like, she broke the ice with that the fact that we both were there. I'm like, after that the conversation of you not remembering who you are, I wanted to get you this, and I can enchant it so that it's always, if you think of it, it will always be there.
She looks at it. She's a gal. She thinks it's beautiful, and she puts it on. Just she hugs you. She's like, "Well, thank you."
Oh, you're very welcome. And then like, but there's one more thing, and then the whole point is like she had to be there. Like I have to enchant it onto her, type of thing. What we discussed before, like I couldn't just like say, "Hey, blah blah blah, give this to her," or whatever. Like I actually had to do the respawn chant while it's on her.
Right. Yeah. I actually forgot exactly how that works specifically, but I think it was an engravement enchant. It was kind of a cosmetic enchantment. But in order for it to activate, you need to disengage, de-enchant something else on it.
Oh no, I already prepped it.
Okay.
It was all prepped. The only thing that had to be done was like me and her had to talk for 5 minutes so I could enchant it onto her. Or with it to her. I already did the prep work for all that because that took like a day. But it was like literally like after I did the prep work that morning, they all took off. So it was convenient. So now that we're here, I want to be like, all right. So now I have to, and I pull out the chunk, a bit of. Well, I have to pull it out. A bit of the dualium. Do I need high grade dualium or is it like raw dualium is fine?
Like this is the lowest tier of enchantment. It's just a small cosmetic on a bracelet.
Yeah, okay. So I have one that has 2 uses on it, so I'll pull that out and just be like, all right, okay, are you ready? And when she says yes, then I start the enchantment. And it takes like a minute, 30 seconds, I don't know, whatever you said. Do what it has to do. I'm like, there, now.
Go ahead. It illuminates across the engraving, and what did you have engraved? I will always remember you, or something?
Something like that.
It was something touching and heartfelt.
Yeah.
And
it's written down somewhere. I can't remember.
And it reaches her, and she's she's kind of at a loss for words. She smiles, and almost tearing up looking at it. I can't believe you were thinking about me even after everything that was happening.
Well, before you and I got involved in any of this, more than human stuff. We were you're the closest person I've been to besides my own parents, so of course.
And she kind of nods and she takes a deep breath. She just says, and Chadwick, I may be coming into contact with you over comms soon. My father, he knows I have powers. It was weird. When he found out I faked my way into Force Team 1, and I came back alive after that whole fiasco with that moderator, he wasn't mad. He was, weirdly enough, he hugged me, and he said he was grateful I wasn't powerless. I don't know why, but something about that terrifies me.
Yeah, your dad hug you? Really? We're talking about the same man?
True. Yes, that is one of the few times he's shown me affection. Huh. She chuckles a little bit.
I laugh it off and I'm like, yeah, I'm a little concerned by that other statement of it. But we'll definitely something to pay attention to.
And he's going to allow me to continue operating as a member of Force, and he's even giving me my own division. Granted, I'm the only one in it. I am technically the director of Force to Pro Hero Relations. She just looks at you, just like, kind of like, what do you make of that?
I'm interested to see what tasks are involved in that. But also, yeah, real quick, if you ever, or if the bracelet, if you ever wake up or something and the bracelet's not there, just remember, you just have to remember or think about the bracelet and it'll reappear. That's the last part about the whole thing. Yeah, because it was
Chadwick,
respawn one. So just
I don't think anything in the world could make me forget about this.
I'm just letting you know. We had a very interesting conversation in the other place, and you didn't quite seem like yourself. Just gonna say it, just throw that out there. Like there was something going on.
Maybe I was. Well, I mean, I was putting on a big act for everybody there. None of them knew I was the general's daughter.
Probably for the better.
Yeah. Well, except Killjoy. Apparently he knew the whole time.
Yeah. He has a very interesting relationship with my friend. Well, I'm not sure how long he'll be around.
Yeah, that guy gives me the heebie-jeebies. Don't know what his shtick is yet.
Yeah, we'll have to keep in touch and just see what happens with him. Like on what happens with him, because I have not had a good opinion of him. Just at all.
You and me both. And she kind of shudders at that. And after she does, you kind of hear scratching at the door. And she chuckles and gets up and opens it. You see Sparky, you recognize him, giant freaking thunder dog that you met in cyberspace. He kind of gets up and starts licking, Angelica and stuff.
I kind of get ready to guard myself.
I swear, he's harmless. He's just a big old puppy. Ever since we got back from cyberspace alive, he's greeted me like this every morning.
Yeah, but I've met his other self. And his other self did lose a race to my friend. So just can never be too cautious.
That's probably good. He showed me his other half in cyberspace, and she kind of tells you a bit of a story about the battle between them and Gadget Man, and how Sparky actually lost his hammer, his mace, and went berserk. He actually stopped being a lightning dog and became like this fire dog, and nearly went on a rampage, almost killing her before she calmed him down. And she tries to assure you that's not how he normally is.
So he went from like Thor to the dog torch.
Kind of, yeah.
A hell dog.
He went from Thor to like evil Fire Hulk or something. When he lost his little mace that's kind of hanging from his neck, his dog collar.
I at that, like, I'll put my hands down and like greet him, give him pets if he's receptive to that.
He is. It gives you a lick, but he's more interested in giving licks to Angelica.
I'm blanking on what else I wanted to talk to her, but I was gonna, I was just at least want to say, like, I'm really glad you're okay, because it was at first the explosion and you were gone, everyone was gone out of this house except for the guards, of course. And then I was planning on giving this to you, like the bracelet to you, the last day of the tournament or the games. And that morning you guys took off, and then I was hoping I'd see you again. I wasn't sure. It just was. It was bad timing.
It
At least the second
was.
time.
And there's more I want to tell you, and I am blanking on a bit now, and I know you are really good at this tech stuff. And I didn't know how to tell you because my NAL communicator was confiscated after cyberspace. I don't know if you have some sort of secure way to communicate that I could use. And you recall that she was using something called a malcommunicator by Maltech instead of a gridometer. And that was how you were more or less keeping in touch this entire time until completely losing contact after cyberspace.
Yeah, I was thinking of like what I don't have anything to give her. I mean, she could get like a pay as you go texting phone, but like I have my gridometer, but that's it.
All right, well, she kind of cringes a little bit. I don't know how comfortable you are with this, but I do have my old malcommunicator here if you can do some work on it. Don't know if you're okay with that. I know this Maltech stuff is touchy.
I take a peruse of it. Just to, like, start digging around inside of it.
All right. Roll your tech skill.
Individual skill, engineering or hacking?
Hacking.
29.
You can see that this thing is riddled with all sorts of tracking features and bugs and things that are supposed to keep track of what's happening with this device, where the user is, pretty much to limit secrecy as much as possible, necessarily looking like it's doing that. This thing is a glorified tracking device.
But it still can text and make phone calls.
Yes.
I tell her, I'm like, yeah, this is, I mean, if this is your way of communication, it can text, call. I mean, people are going to know where you are, but any old mobile phone or portable phone in this day and age.
Just to hammer it in, this thing will record every phone call. You actually see an address where every bit of information that happens on this phone is telecommunicated to.
But that's different than just a tracker. But no, that's what I tell her.
Just as I figured.
Oh no, I tell her like this is just tracking you, and it can still text and call. So is this all hooked up and everything already?
No, I actually pulled out the power supply. I didn't want hearing me talk with anybody while I was in here. You see that the battery is taken out.
Oh, I mean, okay. However you want me to do it, I want to disable. I'll allow like the tracking options.
Well, I will say I'll throw some ideas at you. No. You could build a device fresh.
At this moment. Well, okay. I guess I asked, well, how do you want this to work now, or should I take a look at this and then bring it back to you?
It's probably best that you take a look at it. I think it would go a long way to make whoever's listening to this, to me, think that they're still hearing everything that's going on. If you know what I mean.
Okay. In that case, I turn it off, or make sure it's turned off, and I pull the battery out. I need to put this in a different spot. Angelica's phone. Alright, and I'm like, yeah, hopefully we'll have this back to you in a day or two.
No rush. In fact, just make double sure it doesn't look like you did anything to it. Remember, we want to look like we don't know that this thing is tracking us, or tracking me.
Yeah, probably better that than just installing a new messaging app and going with that route.
Yeah, I would think as much.
That was gonna be my short-term solution. And I think at that point I can't. There was something. No, that's all. I think there was something else I wanted to bring up, but I suggest I'm like, okay, well, I'll get this back to you relatively soon, or pretty soon, but my colleague is outside waiting for me to get back out, and your house is looking pretty surrounded, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose a lot has happened in Brightsville and Century City while we were gone. Things have gotten complicated.
Yeah, I just do me a favor. I say this jokingly. Next time you fake your own death or you skip town, at least tell me beforehand. Don't leave me worrying about you. And I chuckle.
She kind of blushes at that. Yeah, my bad.
And then at that, I'll give her a long embrace, and then head on out back to Bruce.
All right, and come out and see, Bruce and Gun Show have doing a pretty good job of keeping the crowd from going rampant and hog wild or anything.
Wait. As I'm walking out the front door, I want to say, have a good night, Mr. Justice. Like, even if he's talking, just say it, like, as a back end. Because that's what I'm used to doing. Like, he's normally on the phone or, like, on the computer. I'm picturing, and, like, I'm leaving the house, and I'm always just calling from the other room. Like, good night, Mr. Justice. So I want to say that as I'm walking past.
He nods at you, like, without breaking stride with whatever conversation he's having with the news crew. And that's all you get from him as you leave and relink with Sledgehammer Disco.
The whole time you're having that conversation, Big Iron and I were, doing our best deli do right routine, rendering first aid where needed, calming down spots of trouble, and doing what we can to maintain the peace.
You two are admirable in this society. I say with extra like forte because of all the.
Well, don't get me wrong. Big Iron got a little overzealous at times, but
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't the best way to disperse a crowd be to just go? He kind of like does a machine gun with his hands. That. I'm just saying.
We should leave.
That sometimes that can backfire. And yes, you're correct. Everything go all right with your lady friend?
We're good to go.
All right.
I feel a lot better now.
All right.
And I think back to the house. Or your car and then the house.
Yeah. The perfect time to call it a night. So with that, viewers, Frequency and our crew resolved the issue with Despero and the Lizard Punks. They have dropped off the suitcase containing Despero at Gadget Man's place for him to deal with. And Sparkstorm has reunited with Angelica, finding out, of course, she is alive. And Gadget Man didn't actually succeed in killing anyone in Force Team 1. And I don't think Frequency really rubbed that in his nose as much as he should have. And now our heroes are looking forward to their next adventure in Powerless. So find out what happens next time. Next week.
Real quick.
Good night.
What would you put the time of day in the metaverse or the world?
Say, I want to say 1 to 4 o'clock, somewhere in that range.
Oh, plenty of time to do more stuff.
Yeah, I'd say 3 o'clock. Let's just say it's 3 p.m.
Yeah, what's the next thing on the agenda for today? Is it Bob's surgery?
No, that's late. That's at night. When I first called you, I needed a ride to go check out some warehouses so I can work on my mech.
Right.
And then that turned into the day after we go see the entertainer and this stuff. And also had to get the, frequencies sub hider thingy stealth thingy majigger all set up.
Well, I mean, you can knock that out instantly now.
Yeah, now I can, but I had to get it all the connection all up and tested and stuff like that.
Oh, without the dualium. That thing we set up in Jarhead's basement. If that was applied to a submarine, that would do exactly what you needed and then some.
That was a ritual site made in a room. I don't think you'd be able to transport that submarine into that room.
Well, yeah, but if you enchanted the submarine with that ritual, the submarine itself would be clairvoyant, proof, anechoic. You wouldn't be able to hear it.
Yep.
So you're telling me I did all that work? No, I didn't do all that work for nothing. I still want to do. I just did it a lot earlier. Well, I guess
I'm just saying you have more than one option.
Yeah, I have 2 different ways of doing it now, apparently. Yeah, so that's because
that's my understanding of it. I have no idea if it would actually work.
By all accounts, probably would be the easiest way to do it instead of fucking directly adding a bunch of hardware and installing a bunch of shit.
I mean, I was just gonna dualium enchant it. It's dualium or elementium. I have more access to dualium than I do elementium.
Yeah, either or. You have a method to use either elemental enchantment to make this thing untrackable.
Yeah, but I can get. I don't have a reliable source of elementium. I have a reliable source of dualium.
Yeah, the dualium is, I believe it's soundproofing. Like it's a sound-based elementium. The other one is it's a more nebulous kind of like multi-purpose sort of thing. But either one should do the job.
All right, we'll figure that out when the time comes. But yes, you're right. We do have 2 different ways. I need a place that I can work on my mech without getting the cops called in 20 minutes or within an hour.
I need to heal up.
Oh yeah, you guys still haven't had a rest since that encounter.
Well, I mean, he's just driving me to places, maybe looking like a guardian. I plan to do all the business part. He might just have to stand. I mean, I could take gun show, but I don't want things to go sideways. You just have
a bit of a loose cannon.
You just have to walk in there with me so that they don't think they're preying on the kid. All right. Sound us off the rest of the way, Mr. Donnie.
All right, and with that, our heroes have a game plan for their future endeavors in Century City, most of them involving soundproofing a submarine and possibly jailbreaking a bunch of villains. We'll find out. We'll find out next time on Powerless.